Yeah.
What's up, stream? We back for Oh No, Not Another podcast. It's me and Bob here for now. We don't have our boy Snare with us. How are you doing today, Mr. Bob?
Very well, thank you. Waiting for our
good,
boy Snare.
good. Yeah. You know, I like how he always chooses to come late on the live streams and never on the pre-recorded, the stuff where we can wait for him. There is on
Yes.
time, but for the live ones that he decides it's time to show up late,
Can't arrive on time, dude. It's classic.
SA, I mean, it's not SA Dota if somebody's not late to the lobby.
Yeah. True that.
Yeah, we live, we back, we ready, and we got Masters coming up. So let's go over the main stuff, the boring stuff before Snare comes and flames all the players and stuff. Kappa, no Kappa, that's Bob's job.
Yep.
Firstly, let's hit up the prize pool, okay? 620,000 for both the titles for both Masters Dota and Masters Dota 2. That's more than last year. I'm actually shocked. What do you think about the prize pool this year, Bob?
It's epic. And they got the bonus prize pool for the winner brackets.
Yeah, it's
So if you win 3 best of ones, you get an extra 20k.
all right, which is actually pretty nice, right? Like
It is kind of cool, yeah.
on this topic, we can even go to this. So the prize pool is like 620,000, just to clarify. The DGC championships is also it's like 40k for winners for like all of the games, which is also pretty insane. So all in all, prize money for this year's Masters and DGC is really good in my opinion. The actual format is also looking pretty nice, right? Where's this? Opening up the freaking graphic here, okay? So the format, wait, wrong internet page. This page, that page, this page. All right, I'm lost. Give me a second. I have to log back in. PS Gaming site, shout out.
Yeah, dude. So it's first. I mean, all upper brackets are best of ones, I think.
No. I'll show it to you now. I know the format, but I just want to bring up the page so it's easier for stream to see, Let me see. But I actually like the format. There's only one thing I don't like. So the actual format works. First round is best of one, but it's a double elimination bracket, and then the rest of the games are all best of three.
I see. Okay.
But the only thing I don't like is that the best of five, the grand finals are best of three and not best of five. So that's not the best thing ever.
But they
Otherwise-
threw away the map advantage.
They did
Maybe
throw away
that's
the
why they
map
made-
advantage.
Okay.
I like the cash bonus thing. It's nothing that matters, essentially to the game, but it's incentive to still play to win.
Yeah.
I mean, I still
Playing
guess
to win, dude.
it's still a cash bonus, making it to the finals instead of getting third place money and second place money. But extra money is extra money.
Are there third and fourth playoffs?
I don't think so because okay, go to the format now. Because it's like normal winner bracket, loser bracket, and then there'll be the loser of the winner bracket, and then the winner bracket from the lower. I mean, the winner from the lower bracket will meet, and like basically how it worked at TI, I guess, and then they'll play
Okay,
two.
cool.
So,
I like
you
this
know-
format actually.
It's really nice because I hate third and fourth place playoffs, like games where it doesn't matter. And just all the games matter and it's double elimination. The best of ones in the first round is kind of shit, right? But it's also kind of nice because a team like Salt or all the weaker teams have a chance to beat a big team in a best of one, I think. And
Yeah.
it's still and it's not too consequential. It's just a nice thing because they can win.
And it's like a short time period, right? You only got 2.5 days to play a large amount of Dota, so fitting in best of one somewhere is kind of smart. Why not in the first round? I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a good point because the least consequential games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
What else was there? There was Yes, I just hope the backstage area. I mean, we talked about it earlier. I just hope the backstage area is nice. From previous experience, playing backstage is just not manageable. Previous experience has been too loud, too noisy. Can't even hear anything. Hopefully they sort that out.
Yeah,
No, there won't be a third and fourth. Obviously, I just remember now. So the winner bracket will be. I mean, lower bracket final will be third place, right?
Yeah, lower bracket final will be third.
Yeah, I had a retarded moment.
I mean, last year at the Masters was quite a disaster at the backstage, right? People couldn't hear each other because they were playing directly behind the stage for the non-streamed games, which was quite a disaster. You play a backstage game last year?
Yeah, I
Bob?
did. I mean, I couldn't hear the person next to me. Not even joking. We had to shout at each other. Chad just said I'm not even going to speak during the whole game. He's like, I'm just going to do my own thing, not even try to communicate. But yeah.
Wasn't that the game where you beat Mr. Faulty Frank and VVD?
Yeah, it was. It's good, man.
Better days. Now we have Bob Yules retired. You can't even make it to panels anymore. That's a real
Feels
bad.
bad. I need to move to Joburg, dude.
Don't worry, I never made it to Masters last year either. Sad Pepe.
Feels bad.
So Snare, Let's see if we got any updates from him. He should be here soon. Don't want to get into any too in-depth analysis till then. But we see we got Mr. Cypress and Mr. Fearbender joining us in chat now. How are you guys doing today? See, hopefully they're fine. What do you think? So they're both correcting all our mistakes here, Bob. So we're not doing too good of a job. Hopefully Snare carries us when he comes, you know?
Snare always carries us, dude.
That is true.
And like, you're PL, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Bringing up. Let's not talk about that game.
Minus PL, dude. I swear you're onto something, dude. Watch, it's gonna happen, I believe.
Okay, so context for what Bob Yoles is laughing at right now. I know it has nothing to do with Masters right now, but we're just waiting for Snare, so we're killing time. Broadcaster specialty. So we were playing a game. We played 2 games. So the first game I was playing Phantom Lancer. I did nothing the whole game, but 45 minutes, 2 racks is down. I came online, we won the game. I felt like a hero. So the next game, playing a pub again, I picked Phantom Lancer. I'm like, you know what? It's gonna be another game. I die once in lane, I die twice in lane, I die 3 times in lane. And then I was playing against Earthshaker, Phoenix, like all these PL counters in the whole world, and I just died the whole game. And at some point, like 35 minutes in, I bought a Hand of Midas, and I did nothing the whole game. ACG was not happy with me.
Oh, dude. That's what I used to do in my official games. Like, you're losing the game, it's like 30 minutes in, pause 5 support. Should I buy a Midas or should I buy a 4-stuff? Nah, let's buy a Midas, dude. And then the next 5 minutes you lost the game, dude. It's bad.
So let's ask some of the people in chat what they think about the games, right? So we got Anton de Villiers here, Mr. Fury Dora. Your guys' first game is gonna be against Sinister 5, right? Fury, when you see this eventually in 30 seconds on stream, let me know what your thoughts on that game is. Just drop a message in the chat, right? So I'm curious, okay?
I mean, XD have got a new player.
They got Mr. Doom Bunny there.
Mr. Doom Bunny.
The forgotten XTC player, dude. I like Doom Bunny being there, you know? Everybody just forgets about Doom Bunny. It's like, oh, all the other XTC members are in either Sen 5 now, or you got Deppy in Lead Pro, and then Doom Bunny's just like, what about me, guys, you know? What about me? Kind of like Snare right now in this podcast. What do you think, Bob? Sen 5 versus XT? Actually, wait. No, we're not doing any analysis till Snare.
No, we're not doing that.
We're just waiting for our guy.
I was trying to think of previous things from last year that they wanted to improve on. It looks like the format's like super legit now. I can't quite remember.
I mean, another thing about the format I kind of don't like, but this is tying back into prize money, is that, is that you have like 4th and 5th place. I mean, 7th and 8th place rather is like 45k. 5th and 6th place is 47k, and then like from 8th place to 3rd place is only a 20k difference in prize money for the 600,000 difference in prize pool. Like, I think they needed to make from 4th place and 8th place like a bigger difference in prize money, I think.
It is quite a small difference, eh?
Yeah. But maybe it's also incentive for teams to play now, like the lower teams to come play Masters, because VS Gaming aren't paying for the flights and accommodation anymore for Masters. So like big prize pool for the lower guys is like they can still compensate for flights and accommodation. Maybe that was the thinking.
So what? VS? So no one play for flights or anything?
No.
No VS Gaming. So it has to be the organization.
Yeah.
That is hectic.
That is hectic. Which is kind of like funny because like that was like the whole incentive of Masters before.
Yeah.
But like I guess it's still not too bad because you're still playing for an insane amount of money, right? You don't get other tournaments like that for Dota.
That's probably why the prize pool's gone up so much.
Yeah. I mean, 500k was big last year. I thought like, whoa, 500k for Dota last year was insane.
You think about how many people you got to fly up? That's like what, 120k extra already.
Yeah, that is very true.
Never mind CS:GO.
Like I was actually speaking to Barry about this before. It's like your costs in tournaments, like the prize pool is probably not even the biggest cost. Like a flights, accommodation, a venue, those kind of stuff work out to usually much more than the prize money. So
yeah,
that is a way to cut costs. And like also it's like not like their event anymore, right? Like I was just thinking now, like, you know, back in the day for like Rage, I used to be like, oh, just come, even if you don't have a ticket to Rage or whatever. Not the greatest thing ever, I'm gonna admit now on stream, but like I'd sneak you in, you just get a pass, you do this, anybody can come into the DGC or whatever, right? But now it's Comic Con, it's not like VS Gaming's, not that Rage was their event, but that whole downstairs section was section was Telkom's section. Now it's kind of different. So it's kind of weird and different. It's kind of like TI being in Canada and not Seattle, but like I think it's going to be nice. Like I'm looking forward to it.
The venue does look epic. I'm sure it will be cool. Well,
Yeah,
much more space. Yeah, Helmet made a little video post for you guys who want to go look on Facebook. On his, I think it's his fan page, must be, because it didn't say Devon, it said Helmet. So he did a little like background behind the scenes. It looked very cool.
Right, so we have Alex in the chat as well. Now this is actually a guy I really want to speak to now because his first matchup is up against WRG. Now, like, okay, maybe I should save this question for when Snake gets here. He's like almost here. He just got into his complex. He sent me a message about 3 minutes ago, exactly. They playing against WRG now. They beat WRG, the Epoch boys, the last 2 times they played. Once in Masters before the Ballistics Cup, and once in the best of 1 in the Metal State tournament. So, like, they have a winning record against WRG, but that was before Filthy Frank joined. So, like, it's gonna tie into another question when Snake gets here. But like, just on the surface of it, Alex, how do you think of how are you feeling about that matchup? Like Bob, what do you think? They would have preferred to play WRG over like Sin 5 or Lead Pro or even Goliath right now, because like Goliath have a bad matchup against, and like Lead Pro I think is just like the best, and Sin 5, I don't know.
Probably
like,
probably the best matchup for them personally.
I also think so.
But then again, playing against Marks, like, there goes like your first 3 bans almost, you know?
Yeah.
He's just one of those players that you got to ban for, or you're in trouble.
Yeah, I feel like I thought the WRG squad was like really strong before Mark joined, but like with Mark there, it's like even much better because like he's like you said, he's like a player who's like actually like past the level of SA Dota, right?
Yeah,
because
exactly.
He played overseas in a tier 2 team, that kind of thing. But they didn't do too good in Middle State, so yeah. Still should be interesting. Okay, so Alex does confirm he prefers to play WRG, even with Filthy Frank there. That is quite interesting.
Just ban Treant and like Cottle or something. You fine. I'm not sure if he still plays those heroes. Definitely ban Tree though, that's for sure.
He'll be.
The thing with Marcus is that he knows how to beat all those heroes. So like if you pick Tree or you pick Cottle, you pick one of his spammy heroes, which is like very much revolved around a certain strategy, he knows how to beat it.
Yeah, that is
like
the thing.
if you pick Tree, he'll pick like the biggest Tree counter, which is probably like Bounty Hunter or something to that extent, you know, something that just limits. Although Tree in lane is another menace by itself, but or you pick Cottle, you'll pick like again like Bounty Hunter or like Nyx Assassin to like just hand you down the whole game. Make sure your game is delayed as much as possible.
For sure, and like we call him like hero spammer or whatever, but like the perks of doing that is that he just knows his matchups and stuff so damn well on those heroes. And I think he doesn't just have like a small hero pool anymore. I think that's the benefit of him going over to CA and just like grinding Dota the way he did, is that he doesn't have like a 3 hero pool anymore. He has like 4 or 5 heroes that he can play. So even if you ban out 3 of his heroes, there's still 2 other heroes he can take, you know?
I think he can play pretty much anything.
Yeah,
I really want to see some Dark Willow. I'm going to be watching the tournament pretty closely, I think. I feel like that hero is absurdly strong.
Like Dark Willow before TI started, when somebody interviewed Crit, they said he believes that it's the strongest hero coming into TI, or one of the most strong heroes, because it's just so OP. And it did get nerfed post TI, but I still think it's like really strong. Like as a support, like why do you think it's so broken, Bob? Actually, that's a better question to ask.
I don't know. It just does everything. But like, you can solo kill like a core. You alone. Good setup stun, has a root mechanic. Good with like items, right? Your steps on the hero is like really good. And Terrorize is just like so strong.
Yeah.
Forces you to use a BKB or something.
It's
If you terrorize someone and you throw your maze on them, like it's a one fight almost.
That's very true. It's like it's a support that does a lot of things, right? Because it's a support that wins you your lane. It's a support that has like good con control. It's a support that's hard to bring down, and it has like big team fight. Like it's not many other heroes have that kind of skill set.
You just need an AOE stun.
Yeah.
Or ground stun, should I say. Should be okay.
We didn't see too much Lion at TI. Feels bad, man.
Shaker, dude. Shaker's the hero.
Shaker is still the hero. Oh, FY. You're bringing back the feels, man.
That is so good. I
Uh,
think melee heroes were buffed a bit. Maybe we can speak a bit about the patch. For me, the biggest change was the glyph, like for sure. Glyph change was massive.
But like, or is it just massive for like the mid lane, like the first like couple of range creeps, or if you think for like the diving mechanics and like all the other ways people used to use it as well?
I mean, I use it for diving mechanics, right?
Yeah.
Just on the side lanes. I mean, I'm not sure if many mid laners in SA will use it. Maybe Deppy used it a bit. From what I did see, yeah.
Very well. Like in the Metal State tournament, I was like curious to see like how all these guys are thinking, because Muzzy's been playing well recently. TKC hasn't been at his best recently, but like Deppy was like the standout player for sure. He 20 bombed in almost every single game.
Yeah, I mean, mid's basically a one-on-one again, isn't it? Well, it has been for a while, and that's obviously where he's going to thrive, like
also,
for sure.
Also, like Chidawi puts a lot of emphasis on like it's 1v1, but he always makes the first rotation mid. Like 2 minutes into the game, he'll come as a level 1 Earthshaker and try and make something happen. If he doesn't get a kill, like you just give Deppy that extra advantage, and it's just like huge. Something I actually hope other like position 4 players or like supports do as well, because like Goliath Gaming versus Lead Pro is like the best matchup to talk about this, right? You have Goliath who put like all eggs in the Muzzy basket, and then you have Lead Pro who Deppy generally wins them the game. So in that matchup, like if a support rotates and kill one of those heroes first, it's like such a big deal into the macro portion of the game, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and it's also like it's the small differences that make, right? So we like, if let's say just say we use Lead Pro, like Chidawi comes mid, he throws like a fissure or something. You know, maybe the hero doesn't die, but he's got to like curry out a salve or something, and that's like another 100 gold away from like a Wraith Band or like an Aquila or something, you know, and that's where Deppy will like, and Deppy won't have that problem. He'll have his Aquila and like 2 more creeps, for example, because he's got a good matchup. He's a more skilled player, and now all of a sudden he has like an item advantage over you and like almost a level. And then it's just like, from then on, no matter how good you are, you're not going to do well in the lane.
Yeah, that's a very fair point.
Yeah. The same could be said for him, though. I mean, you could do the exact same to him.
Exactly. That's kind of the point, right? Like, it's about how you want to win the game. Like, it's not. I mean, it's like the first time I think I've seen RDK play in a team. Like, even in the old iteration of Lead Pro, it kind of worked like this, where RDK is not the main man. You don't just put everything in the RDK basket to carry you. It's more like RDK gets sacked every game because the safe lane sucks right now, and they let Deppy win the games. And it seems successful so far.
Safe lane in pubs, dude, feels bad.
KCP, I'll never forget.
Oh man.
Alright, so Snare got into his complex 15 minutes ago.
Definitely lives in a mansion, dude.
He probably does.
100%.
I mean, it seems kind of unstructured here in the podcast so far, but like I promise, like I have actual stuff prepared. We're just waiting for our third host. So just kind of killing time for now. Brandon Addison asking, Mr. Cypress asking where I got my curtains. Cypress, my curtains actually came with the house. No capper. Like when we got this house, the curtains were just there, man. Good stuff. I got a WhatsApp. Is it Snare?
Not Snare, doesn't matter, dude.
Okay,
there was another big change.
WhatsApps. Cypress, whatever you're sending on WhatsApp. Oh, he's here. The man, the myth, the legend.
User was moved to your channel.
Snare.
Ooh, what up?
Wow.
Appreciate you showing up on time. I don't know if you saw my last tweet about this. I was like, is Snare gonna show up this time? And I made it as a joke, but damn, you took it to heart, brother.
I'm sorry, dog. It's the road, man. You know, it's these working class people out here causing traffic and shit. Why are people trying to get home at the same time I'm trying to get home?
Don't they know you have Dota to talk about, Snare?
Bruh, they need to know. People need to understand their priorities. Be like, guys, like there was this taxi was cutting in front of us, right? And I was like, dude, I understand you might have a family to go home to and people to feed, but don't you understand I have Dota to talk about?
Too true, my brother. So basically, we went over the format and stuff just to catch you up, Mr. Snare. So now we just have like actual analysis over the games to go over. So I'm guessing you know all that stuff, right? I don't have to.
Literally everything. Yeah.
I
do know.
Of course. So let's get into our first matchup, right? Goliath Gaming versus Evo Assault. We got Mr. Cypress in the chat, so when we flame his team, it'll really kick in, okay? First
Just give me a
matchup.
second. Hold on. I need to quickly get to the chat quickly. I want to see how people are going to play. But yeah, go on.
That's the first game, right? Bob,
Yeah.
take it away, sir.
Take it away.
Give us that predictions.
I think Goliath will win at 1-1-0.
1-0.
I'm a fan of Evolution though. I think they're quite a cool organization. I'm a Jarek fan.
So,
I think he's
here's
quite
a
a good
change to the
player.
team. Mr. Jarek got the boot.
Are you lying, dude?
Seriously. So I spoke to
Alright.
Cyprus this morning.
Evo can. I don't care anymore, dude. I don't care.
So I
got
actually did
it.
agree with your opinion. I thought Jarek was the best player on that team. Like he was a mid player, then he moved to offlane, which I kind of didn't like because I thought he was really good as a core player. But then he got the boot eventually. Now,
Who replaced him?
so they moved not a hero to the offlane, and then Santa joined as pass 5, and now Cyprus is playing pass 4.
God. Okay, they're coming last for sure.
So
guarantee
okay,
it.
I'm gonna give some internal things here. Cyprus says it wasn't a. Actually, wait, I can't give the internal things. If Cyprus wants to type me chat, he can. But that's what happened. I'm not gonna make too much judgments on that. You
It
know.
wasn't a kick. He just couldn't make it.
Yeah, let's see that.
Okay, so, sure.
Start kicking Mbappe off your team.
The next thing we're gonna hear Cloud kick. I mean XD kick Cloud because it's just not good enough.
Yeah, man.
No, I'm kidding. So Cyprus' prediction for this game is like in a best of 3, Goliath had the better team, but in a best of 1, you never know what can happen. He's got his pocket strat there waiting. So props to him. I do think Goliath win this game. Pretty clear
Yeah.
cut. Sorry, Cyprus, you my buddy, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But
I mean, even if we assume cheese, right, and we assume some strat that Evo has up their sleeve, I mean, we've just been seeing Goliath play cheese for like the last 3 months. So,
Can you cheese the cheeses?
Can you cheese that? Like their strats are cheese. Like that's what they just roll with. So they're
Alright.
prepared for the cheese in the opposite direction.
all right, okay, all right. So now that we're on this Goliath gaming topic, just take it away. Give us your full analysis of Goliath gaming because I have my own opinions of this, and I'm sure Bob has his own opinions of this as well. We're gonna start off this podcast with a bang. You go first, though, Snare.
Alright. So GG, right? So either one or two things happens with GG, right? Either GG gets to the grand finals and actually plays like a solid set. Wait, like, who do they have to go to? They're not gonna meet Lead Pro until
So
winners
it's-
bracket final,
It's
right?
Goliath gaming, and
Yeah.
then they're gonna, assuming they win their first match, in their next match they either play Epoch or WRG. Epoch they usually beat, like they beat them this whole year literally, and
Yeah.
WRG they just beat them recently as well.
Yeah, I don't actually think that GG for me, depending on how how it goes against Lead Pro winner bracket final, I suspect I think we're probably all in agreement that it's going to be Lead Pro there. I think GG
Yeah.
only loses if they lose badly to Lead Pro on Saturday, then they probably end up crashing out in the tournament. But I think if the games go somewhat close, then they end up coming back to the finals. I think they want revenge. For me, I think that it depends on what they also said to each other after the last time they played, after the last finals. But those were like really late at night. It was kind of weird. The games looked like they were just odd. I think if GG find their stride, I think they could actually take Lead Pro like properly. But I don't know if they've actually found that stride. And I don't know if they've actually recovered after Medal States. Those games are rough, dude, because they tried everything in those finals and nothing seemed to stick. So if they go into this thinking, well, guys, the last time we went up against these guys, we threw literally all the cheese we had at them and it didn't work out. If they come maybe better prepared to play regular Dota, and they're not relying on just Mazi to pull a win out of his ass, I think they actually do really well this tournament. But I think it depends on how they want to approach that. I think like game 1 against Evo, if we see them more willing to put Mazi on a hero that's kind of boring, you know, to say, dude, play Quaswex and Volker, it's fine, don't worry about it. Or play like we can put you on Alchemist, but you don't have to actually carry the game. You're just there to soak up attention or whatever. Hell, even if you see a hero like DK, something just boring, that you just put in the mid lane to handle by itself, a
Muzzy
Zeus
DK.
or whatever.
That's
Muzzy DK, Muzzy Zeus. You know, if I see that kind of shit, then I'm happy. Then I'm like, all right, cool. These guys have some good potential going deep into the tournament. But if they're required to pull out the Broodmother at the beginning of the tournament, then I'm kind of concerned.
Yeah, Bob, let me go first, and you can go after me, right? The
Yeah,
problem
yeah.
I have with Goliath Gaming, right? Usually, as like Snare, you're a caster, right? You agree with this?
Yeah.
We sitting in a draft, we see the 9th pick of the enemy team, the last pick, then we see pick number 10, the grand pick, the ultimate pick, and we thinking about like what hero's gonna win you that game, right? And
Yeah.
usually when you see that hero, you're like, damn, that was a great pick. This team won. But with Goliath Gaming, it feels like that they strat relies on just like, okay, what cheese hero are we gonna pick Muzzy and how is he gonna carry us the game, right?
Yeah.
And it's not even like the fact is they picked like almost every hero for Muzzy was different hero during Medal State Finals, and it happened to be cheese heroes. So like it's not even that all your eggs are one basket on one player of his skill, but it's like he's like heroes are like all eggs in one basket heroes as well. And I feel like, yes, that it's great to have a player that can carry you games like that, but like that can't be a strategy every game. You know, when are they gonna be like, yo, Cotter, pick up the slack, Muzzy's getting sacked now? Because like the one good game he had that I remember was a game on Drow Ranger. Like, you're not gonna carry a game on Drow, so you can't really judge the guy off that. But I feel like strategically they need to set up better. Well, against Lead Pro at least, they need to set up better than just Muzzy carry us the game. Because the other games they played, they did pretty well. They beat Sin 5 in like an epic game. They beat WRG, also kind of cheesy, but they beat them 2-0 comfortably. And then League Pro, they just got smashed. So that's my read on Goliath. I don't know, Bob, you have something to add there, sir?
Yeah, so for me, Goliath are kind of like talk of the town because they kind of like rose up quite promptly, and they started beating kind of the well-known teams. But for me, well, just based off Metal State, I never really saw them dominate a game. Like all their games were like the most epic comeback forms of like Dota. Like all the games were comebacks, and for me that's like a very vulnerable sign. If you have to win a game by your opponents making mistakes, basically, like they sit in their base for like 20 minutes, and they just defend, and opponents eventually lose patience and they come high ground and they start throwing the game. Or they have like, I mean, WG, that game one when Muzzy had Tinker, I mean, WG had like 3 or 4 melee heroes, I think.
It was.
And
that game was hilarious.
And they were like 10k ahead the whole game, but they still lost. Simply because they just couldn't break the base. But they're not good signs for me for Goliath. I feel like and that's what Lepro did. Lepro just banned out all the cheese. Now I think if another team takes that approach, and you just say to Goliath, come and beat me based on merit, like, can they do it? I'm not sure. I think if Sin 5 and WG take the approach of just banning 5-6 cheese heroes, they'll beat them. Unless Goliath, as you said, go back to normal forms of Dota.
Normal forms of Dota. I think that's a pretty good analysis there, Bob. Like, to be perfectly honest.
Just a bit tiny for Muzzy. It's fine.
It's just like it's weird, man. It's really weird.
They could actually cheese, but not cheesing.
Because if every game is a cheese, it's not cheese for them. It's just like standard meta. But
if you pick like some solid heroes and they banning like 6 Tinkers and Meepos and Broodmothers, and you just pick like a hero like Ember Spirit or DK or Lina.
In the right game, yeah.
Yeah, and you just like stomp with that hero, you know?
And Muzzy can do that. He has a pretty big player hero pool mid.
Yeah.
So I think that's it covered for the first round. Is anything else you guys want to add to that?
No, the first team, not first round. We still have
first.
to give due diligence to Evo Salt.
I'm
kidding. Yeah, we did. Oh.
I was about to say, let's see what analysis you got there.
The one thing I do wanna see what Salt can do. Like, I didn't know that they changed a member, and I think we'll probably all agree that Jerick was probably the one person you shouldn't change. So let's see what the decision actually comes up with.
And I'm just putting it out there for this podcast. I'm a PC guy. The only way I diss somebody is in a rap track, and that's it, man. That's it. Right? That's it for Goliath versus Evo. We're pretty set on Goliath making it through the bracket there into the next round. Next matchup is quite an epic, actually. Epoch versus WRG. So Epoch in the last... I mean, we said this already in the podcast, so sorry for the second people, but I'm going to say it for my man Snare here. Epoch beat them at Ballistics. Not in Ballistics, but at Masters at Ballistics. 2-0. It was like epic games, and they won. And then they beat them in the Middle State league portion of the event as well. So 3 games in a row they beat them, but that was before Volty Frank came in. So I don't know, Snare. What do you think? What do you think about this game? You think they still have the advantage or not?
No. Okay, it depends, right? It depends. So the one advantage that they might have on the side of Epoch, right, is that it feels like the WRG heroes, especially with Frank, WRG seems to have like higher impact individual heroes, right? Like you get Lina, like Tree or whatever, or Earthshaker can really change the game entirely for WRG. Whereas Epoch will probably, and Epoch spend more time together. Like Filthy Frank's an amazing player, but it's also a new-ish team. Like I'm not sure if they still look a bit rusty. Like they were already looking rusty before, right, as a unit, before Filthy Frank joined the team. So they still have to now reacclimate to a new personality, a new presence there. Whereas Epoch had a little bit longer to settle in. So they probably have a slight advantage, not necessarily in hero pool, but in terms of hero pool that's ready as a team. Whereas WRG, well, unless WRG changed things up, I don't know, but it feels like they're still relying a little bit more on some really high impact comfort heroes for some of their players. So Epoch might have a slight ban advantage in the draft, if not necessarily a pick advantage, which probably gives them just a little bit of time, makes the game a little bit easier for them. But if it's just straight up and down, which team is better on paper, I think it's like WRG all the way in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Very fair point. I think in this matchup for me, I think WRG do have the advantage. Even though Epoch won the last couple of times, I think what Filthy Frank did, they are a much stronger team now, just because of the nature of Frank. But I do agree with your analysis on some of the weaknesses of WRG. Like TKC is still like very reliant on comfort picks. Frank can play more or less anything in pause 5. Slinks can play everything in pause. Frank can play everything in pause 4. Slinks can play everything in pause 5. I think Odu, like for me, was the big question mark in like WRG's team initially on carry. Like I wasn't the biggest fan, but I think like recently he stepped up a lot. Like there was games in Metal State where he solo carried. Like I felt like he was the guy like carrying the weight. TKC kind of was the one. TKC and Chelsea were the ones lacking behind. You know what I mean? So it's like a big change from Ballistics where TKC was carrying a lot of the games. Now it's Odu who's doing it. So that's kind of better. So hopefully for Masters, they can both be carrying at the same time. It's not just one of the players pulling forward the whole time. Chelsea, not doing as well as he usually does, but like, you know what it is? Dota is Dota. I think the WRG squad is good, but like I'm going to go back to Epoch here. Epoch is the team I think we all flamed the most in the last pre-land podcast. Feels bad, man.
Not we all.
Okay, I did. I savaged. But I think they're looking good. Like honestly, like I haven't seen them play for a while because they weren't in the Metal State Finals and there's been no other Dota going on. But before that, I think they were really looking good. Like Snoops has been playing better. Like I wasn't flaming Snoops because I don't like the guy. I just thought he was playing better. Now he's playing better, and we could actually see like legit upsets from Epoch at this Masters Finals, and I'm gonna put them there as my sleeper team for the event. Like I know there's XD and as well there, but Epoch's my team. I'm putting them.
Yeah. I think it's a good thing to think for people to think you're bad. If just in terms of Snoops, it's like people think he's bad, they're laning against him, and all of a sudden he just like outplays them. He's gonna PogChamp, and I think I hope he's got better. Like you said, I also haven't seen them play either, but for me, they are a team that could really upset a so-called big team. Though in terms of WRG, I feel like they kind of had the wrong approach. I think they should give TKC's comfort heroes. I mean, why would you put a call on someone who's not like comfortable with? Like, I mean, look at Thompson. Thompson never played a hero he didn't want to play or couldn't play. Like, he always played Invoker, he always played Arc Warden, or some other hero that he was comfortable on. Why didn't they do the same for him? It makes no sense. Like, Frank can play anything. Nick Dota can play anything. Darren can play majority of offlaners. So why must you pick to me a sacrificial hero which he doesn't want to play? Like TKC Kunkka, like get me out. Like I don't want to see him play the hero. I want to see him play Ember Spread. I want to see him play Lina. Like
the heroes he's good on, right?
Yeah.
The heroes that he can carry you the game on.
This doesn't make sense really. But I mean WG for me, in my opinion, they're the only team that can beat Lead Pro or take a game with Lead Pro. Now that they have Mark in there. But again, I think they're a very different team to what they were at Ballistics. I think they had loads of internal issues, and they're just a hard team to get together and communicate well. So I mean, I'm not sure if Mark's like taking control.
Yeah, he's kind of like the big man there now. He drafts. He's like the captain. I mean, he is the most vocal one of the lot, so it does work, I guess.
I mean, it sounds silly to say, but they should just listen to him. But I'm not sure how much that happens.
For sure.
I don't see Darren listening to Mark. I don't see Wes listening to Mark.
I mean,
and I see Nick is like not that type of person to like cause conflict, and to me I just see them being like very low key, doing their own thing, listening to Mark maybe, and then you got two other guys like kind of doing their own thing in a way,
I think it wasn't a case of lack of respect, obviously, because like TKC is my brother, so I kind of see how it works. It was just a case of I think in Ballistics I don't know what happened. They were just garbage. Now Frank came in. I think for Metal State they were like they had kind of ideas they didn't have an idea of how to play. They were just doing things right. But I think now for Masters, they actually have an idea from what I've been seeing. So I think they should be looking like a much stronger team in Masters, but you never know once the LAN starts, right?
Yeah, I think they're a dangerous team.
Yeah.
For sure.
I really do.
Did you guys ever watch Bleach?
Of course.
Never heard of it.
So there was
Don't
a
come
line-
with that, Bob. I will boot you off this podcast. You're telling me you're not a weeb and you play Dota 2? Come on, man.
Sorry, man.
So remember when when they come to Earth and Ulquiorra introduced himself to Ichigo, when he's talking about Ichigo and he's like, this is strange. This guy, at his peak, his powers are even greater than mine, but at his trial, when he's low, this guy is trash. Sometimes it feels like WRG has that potential. Like if they're good, like they just seem like they have almost limitless skill ceiling if it actually hits that point. And if they're firing on every single cylinder, the whole team's working seamlessly together, I could easily see this team going a full best of 5 with Lead Pro. But if things don't work out, I could see them getting 2-0 by Epoch. So like,
that is spot on analysis. I agree with you this there. It's like
just an interesting team. But no matter what, right? I think as long as it feels like this team starts playing worse when they lose a game. I think this is a team that kind of needs to win in a best of 3, especially. They need to win game 1. To get the ball rolling, because then if they lose game 1, then they start going for quote-unquote safe picks for game 2 onwards, and then that doesn't seem like it's just like what Bob was saying, like why put Tamir on Kunkka? It's like, Kunkka can work out, but come on, give him something that's going to be flashy, that can do some cool shit, and it feels like they need that buffer room of, okay, we can try some cool shit, if it doesn't work out, it's okay, we can scale back, pick more safe heroes, but if they lose game 1, then they're like, oh shit, okay, go all the way safe. Just make sure we don't lose the series 2-0, and then they end up losing anyway. So let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, like it's a very like confidence-based team. Like in Metal said, if they beat Lead Pro in that first game, they could have taken the series, right? But like when they lose the first game, then the next game just feels so much harder.
Yeah,
but I think that's like that's it. There, are we agreement? What do you guys think? WRG makes it through that game. We all in agreement there.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so top half of the bracket is GG versus WRG. We'll get back to that later.
Yeah.
So now, next matchup is Senator 5 versus XD. Bob, you can go first this time. Your buddy Doom Bunny's in XD now. Just keep that in mind.
Doom Bunny's going to carry XD to the final. I'm kidding. I think Sin 5 need to sort their game plan out, their style out. I think they lost their coach. If rumors are true, I think that kind of had a pretty big impact on them. And I'm not sure, they're just seeing a bit of disarray at the moment. Basically, I mean, losing games they shouldn't be losing, having weird picks, but it's mainly just individual mistakes, I think, which is fine. I think they just sort out their individual errors, make sure everyone hits their spells and does their job, they'll be fine. I think Sin 5 underperformed in the most of the lands recently, or tournaments, should I say. But yeah, I mean, just Sin 5 are a strange one. They just seem to miss the boat a bit, just in terms of like team fighting and laning phase. Yeah, something's just not quite there. And I can't quite put my finger on it either. Because they always just seem to be losing important team fights for one reason or another. Yeah, what do you guys think about that?
Doesn't it feel sometimes like, I get exactly what you mean, because sometimes it feels like it's a team that has the right idea of what to do, just always 5 seconds behind doing it.
Yeah.
And like, so they'll take a fight, which if everyone was there at the exact same time, this fight would go well. But then somebody will arrive 2 seconds later, someone will activate BKB 2 seconds after they've been stunned already. Yeah, I get what you mean. It just feels like they know what they should be doing, just translating that into actually happening in game. It's weird, because it's like, when you say that they've been underperforming, they have been underperforming, but it also feels, when you watch the games, it doesn't feel like they're... how do I describe it? You know, sometimes someone underperforms, right? And when you watch the game, you're like, okay, they just are having a completely off day. And in another situation, this might work out. But it feels like they just... like that off day is now the new baseline for Sin 5. And it's just like, oh, we're just... I don't know. It feels like they should know better. It's not working out. It feels like, actually, I have a perfect example. Even if you're done talking about football, they feel like Chelsea in the latter half of the last season. Where it's like, we know this team's good, and we know everyone can do the right thing, and you know you can score goals, and you know this is a strategy that's worked for us before. It's just not right now, and no one's really sure why. No one's trying to switch things up to make it work. You know, everyone feels like, okay, let's first get our fundamentals right, then we can move on to more interesting things. But for some reason, the fundamentals themselves are somewhat the issue. I don't know. Sin 5 is because like no, I would want to say right, just looking at the two teams, that Sin 5 definitely beats XD, but I don't know. I don't know.
Best of one, Snare.
It's best of one, bro. You know,
Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like we say the same thing about Sin 5 every time, right? And I feel like at Ballistics, we in our pre-land podcast, we like said they do the same things. They water. We said we had all that criticism, and then I was watching the games, and it was completely different. They destroyed WRG. Like WRG ended up going out to Goliath. They were like they drew 1-1 at the tournament or something like that. But like when I was watching the games against Goliath and the games against Sin 5, I was like, if Goliath plays Sin 5 is going to destroy them because Sin 5 are looking way stronger. They had like new picks. They were playing like really well in a lot of the games I watched. They had like some tough games against Lead Pro as well. They were looking like a solid team, and then they win game 1 against Goliath, and then I didn't see the rest of the games because I couldn't go through that on the last Sunday. And then I would say I'm not gonna say they threw because I haven't watched the games, but like I don't think Sin 5 should be losing to Goliath Gaming. I think Sin 5, like you said, there's times where we see them play like excellent Dota, but like Chelsea at the end of Chelsea last season is Sin 5 right now. Actually, that's a great example, you know.
I actually agree. I remember those games. They utterly stomped Goliath in the one game with the Alchemist.
First game, it was
it was not even close. And then they lost the series. Like from how did you go from like an utter stomp?
We're talking about the Metal State games now, dude. That's a whole other story. The Metal State games where Adestam was playing PL. Oh my god, dude. The first game, I remember what you're talking about, Bob. It was
the
Stomp is like Adestam was like 20k net worth ahead by himself on that Alchemist at 20 minutes. It was disgusting. I don't know.
I mean, was that the game you didn't go hard on PL?
Yes, that was the next game where he didn't go hard.
Okay.
It was.
You see, it's like it's small errors. It's like individual mistakes, like itemization, not using your spells properly. It just seems like it happens every game. It's very strange.
Like,
maybe that's why their coach left, you know? He's just like, I'm done with this. Can't handle it anymore. I'm getting out.
Hey, Bob, this is a flame-free zone, bro.
Nah. You don't have Bob, Snare, Casey, and Snare together. I mean, Bob, you'll Snare, Casey together and no flame, you know? But that's like... It's fucking bleak, man, that shit has to happen. Like, why didn't he just buy Heart and PL that game? Like, there's so many fights where he's disengaging, and he's like, okay, I want to go re-engage. If he had a Heart... different story, you know. Who doesn't go hard on PL, guys? But you know, it's rough. Split decisions in the game. He thought he needed more damage, not a HP. Went for the Scotty instead.
Look, at the moment I remember those games, right? At the moment you bought the Scotty,
me and Rockley spoke about it in the cast, right? We were casting that game.
Yeah, you're like, but the thing is, at the moment you bought it, for the next 3-4 minutes after that, it was the correct item to go for, right? If you can guarantee that you'll end the game in that time.
Yeah.
But if you don't end the game in that time frame, then it's like, okay, now I have the Scotty item, and I'm going to be taking... I can't win fights quickly, right? We've established that in the last 5 minutes, otherwise the game would be over. So I have this item, which doesn't actually give me as much damage as I thought it would, and it makes me way less tanky, and worse than being less tanky, now we actually have to win fights on the first go, because if I have to retreat, that's it, the fight's over. With the Heart, at least I can skate, I can wait around, come back in. You can actually, if you buy Heart on PL, you can be the one that initiates the team fight. There's no way they kill you because you got that stupid talent at 25. You get out, the team initiates afterwards, and it's cool. But with Scotty, suddenly that's not really an option for you, and you're like, oh well, yeah, this isn't going the way I thought it would.
For sure. And like we've been speaking a lot now, us three obviously on the podcast, but like if you guys have opinions in chat, just like put it through. Like if you think what you think is a Sinister 5 problem or like a perk to WRG or anything like that, put your opinion out there, man. If you think we're wrong, put it in chat as well. Like don't just sit and passively listen, you know?
Especially if you think we're wrong.
Yeah, talking about passive, the 4 other teammates in XD, that's not Cloud. Let's talk about them. No, I'm kidding. But let's hit up some XD stories here. They got Doom Bunny in as a sub. And is it?
He's replacing Jamal, right?
I think so. Jamal couldn't make it. I don't think Reddit gave him the boot or anything like that.
Yeah, personal reasons.
All right. Yeah. So XD, I think Cloud has stepped up a lot recently.
Cloud's, you know, Cloud, that kid's gonna be. He's the future. That kid is like. Cloud is really incredible. And what's also cool about Cloud is whenever I get things wrong, either in a cast or on a panel somewhere, Cloud's the first person to message me and be like, yo, What are you talking about, dude? You're making nonsense, you know.
The man
Get
is
your-
Dota Wikipedia, walking in the flesh.
Really is, legit is. Guy knows a lot about what's happening in the game, right? I think for me the main issue with XD is that it doesn't always feel like the rest of the team, not even in terms of skill, right? Because skill is one thing. It just doesn't feel like everyone matches his work ethic, like that they just have the same passion and grind for the game as Cloud
I mean, he's been
does.
playing a lot of SA pubs recently. I'm not gonna give Cloud too much credit in that shit, right, you know. It's Masters coming out, Cloud. You're playing SA pubs because rank tilts you. Don't give me that shit, man.
Hey, man.
Don't give me that shit.
Hey man, do you wanna don't be like me, right? I just came off of a 12-game losing streak. Right? Imagine going, if I'm Cloud, I don't wanna go into a Comic Con event with a long lose streak behind my back because then I'm tilted every game. But
Fair point.
I feel like if the rest, even if they just didn't get better, right? If the rest of the team just matched his zeal, or just in terms of just tilting less, right? Because you can often see XD, something will go wrong in the lane. You can often spot the exact moment they lose a game and be like, right there, all right, you guys are screwed right now. So I don't know, like if maybe Cloud needs to feed a couple of games, you know, or maybe they do need to kick him so that everyone's on the same level, because it still feels like they're relying almost exclusively on Cloud. It feels like the issue that you were mentioning with regards to Muzzy, but a little bit on steroids in this situation. Because at least with GG, right, there's situations where Kota and Jappa can, in their own way, carry games. If Cloud doesn't do well, like we've spoken about this before, but if Cloud doesn't do well in XD, I mean that's it, right?
I think the carry play is not like, I don't think Hullabaloo is like that bad. Like okay, that sounds bad the way I said it, but I think he like pulls his fair share for like the way he plays. But I think Levi, like, just like, obviously, Alex, you my buddy. I don't like blaming you, but like you gotta step it up, man. Like there's a lot of games where I see Levi make like terrible mistakes. Like there's games I've casted where he went and he played Doom, and at level 3 he still didn't have a point in Scorched Earth where the enemies had like kill potential on him. Like it's not about mechanical skill at that point. It's just like a really bad decision. Like, how do you not take Scorched Earth in that lane? Like, me and Damien casted this game together. It's like pretty upsetting, you know? Because a lot of times where I just see like these decisions getting made that I just don't agree with, like itemizations, those kind of things. And I don't know. I feel like he gets set up in the off lane. He's done it when he played in Mythic. I thought he was like really standout. So I hope he like just steps it up, you know? Like, it's Masters, man. Gotta be there. You gotta be ready. Gotta flame somebody in a podcast, I guess. Feels
Cloud reminds me of Mark a bit, old Filthy Frank. Just like super inquisitive about the game, and someone who's like quite passionate about it, you know, always willing to test stuff and things like that. Just maybe not on the same skill level quite yet, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure Sin 5 will probably beat XD. I'm not sure how much of an impact Doom Bunny will have on him after being a year away from Dota.
So it's funny, I spoke to Cloud, like I played a SA pub with him recently, and because Frank was actually playing games with XD for a while, and then he went to WRG. But so now that Doom Bunny joined, he said Frank used to, like, obviously as a player had a shit ton more impact in the game because he's a god. But like he says in macro decisions and stuff, he says Doom Bunny helps them a lot, even more than Mark did. So that's quite interesting, I think.
That's good.
Yeah, so I think like having a sort of captain, you know, big brother figure there can help the team a lot. Even Cloud is like mechanically really good, but maybe sometimes he needs that guidance to like, yo, settle down and do this, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, also we have Doom Bunny spent a lot of time playing with the boy Dota and Die, so maybe he's got the inside track. Maybe they're like, dude, we need the psychological edge. Come through. How do we tilt this team? He's like, I got you guys. One thing I do hope to see though in this game, the Sin 5 XD matchup, right? I want to see how far Sinister 5 will go to protect Adam in the mid lane and to try and just like deal with Cloud, because Adam's really improved in the mid lane. I think he plays really well, but I think you don't want to leave him. You absolutely do not want to give him a 1v1 versus Cloud. I think their play styles kind of like Cloud is like both of them are sort of natural farmer type players, sorry. But Cloud can also just absolutely dominate the lane and go forth from there. So, and you don't want Adam. Like,
I don't think Cloud mechanically beats Adam though. Like, I like Cloud as much as anybody else, but I like to flame Adam as well. But I still think Adam be fine in the 1v1 lane. Like, without a doubt, dude. I don't doubt.
I think, yeah, I agree. I think Adam's pretty good. Not in the mid lane. Not in the mid lane.
He didn't buy Hearted PR, but he was carrying that game regardless, you know. I actually agree with what you say, Bob. I'd like to see him back in the carry role. You know, his natural state.
Yeah.
Well, technically, his natural state is mid. Didn't he start as a mid player like way back when? Like,
And
even
ACG's
before,
like,
even before the APG days.
I mean, rumors are out there that APG's reforming after Comic Con. What can I say?
Oh, are you starting these rumors right here, Bob?
oh my god.
I don't know.
Can I be your carry, Bob?
Have you seen APG making that big announcement on social media, dude?
The blue picture, dude. If they
blue
change it to
picture.
yellow, you know I'm playing PL safe lane every game, dude. With the Midas. Oh, that's funny.
I'm sure there's another matchup we haven't discussed yet.
Yeah, there's one more team. But before we get to
It's
that, let me just...
Lepro.
So we just consensus, Sen 5 beat XD here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're so boring. Just give the favorites wins all the time. God dang it. Maybe they got a cheese strat. Maybe I'm gonna disagree with you guys. No. Sen 5 still win that game.
I'd really like to see one of the big teams in the low bracket.
That would be the good.
Yeah,
some
me
good
too.
shit. But this
Obvious.
last matchup we have to talk about Elite Pro versus T. This is not the one where we're gonna see it, my friends. Yeah, I'm gonna give my Elite Pro speech first, and I'm not gonna say anything new or original. ACG told me one day after they lost to Goliath in a meaningless game, everybody was sad and emo on the team speak. Nobody was really saying anything, and Shaw was like, "Mr. Welpers, guys, don't worry. If things go bad at Comic Con, I'll play carry." I'm not. That's all I have to say.
It's actually legitimate though. That's
It
And
is
that's actually
legitimate,
legit
okay.
strategy.
it's actually like if they had any problem, that would fix it. Give Shaw like Gyrocopter or something, and you'll just carry the game. Dude,
He's just
somehow.
1v9. Literally, respect to all these teams, but if Wap is playing carry, he will 1v9 all these games. Maybe
He'll be like-
Frank can gank him like 6 times in lane and tilt him, but other than that, done.
He'll shoot
Give me that
RDK.
Wap carry.
He'll be like, dude, listen, you've been having people play Wisp to support you for a long time. You probably understand how this hero works. Go play that. I'll play Gyro. Let's go. We'll win this tournament right now.
Easy, dude.
Oh my god. And that's actually on my. I can't believe. I'm actually. Now I hope that they lose this game against T, so that we actually get to see it happen.
No, what I want to see it. I want to see Elite Pro 1-1 in the final, game 3. They bust out the Whelp carry, dude. That's what I want to see.
Dude, that would be... That's like dream making stuff, dude. Wap Gyrocopter, dude. And you know what's even better than Wap carry, dude? RDK plus 5.
Let's give him Lich or something, dude. Lich or something.
I'm sure he'll be fine, dude. In Reynard the Cock, I trust. I love RTK. But yeah, like this game, Elite Pro for me is strongest team in this tournament by far. Like Shidawi, like again, is the guy I love. Everybody loves to flame the most for being a who even knows what. But he has a strat. He's always ready. When the game counts, he knows how to like do the things, draft right. He enables Deppy. Deppy went absolutely wild at Metal State. Like I don't know, if nobody can shut down Deppy, I think Elite Pro are just gonna take it. Like they need to come to a game where they can tilt Deppy, make sure he has a hard time in the game, force RDK like to carry the game, right? Because they like WRG were close to beating them in game 1 at Metal State. Like it was a game where Deppy on Invoker literally solo kept them in, like with the high ground defenses, and then eventually even though RDK was getting sacked the whole game, once PL hits 25 snare, what happens in the game, dude?
Stupid talent, and then you can't die,
over.
and then you win the game. Well, assuming you end the game before you buy not buy hearts, you know. If that happens,
yeah,
then
yeah.
you're kind of screwed. Actually, small tangent. I quickly pulled up that match overview. So he bought the Skadi at 34 minutes, and the game ended at 50. It's like this game was no way to win that game if that's the situation.
Okay, so he did think he could probably win the game at let's say 40 minutes from that Skadi purchase, right? Maybe that was the theory, right, Snare?
Yeah. At the time, they're at 35. They were they actually were above in net worth at the time, so they were sort of winning the game. And
I remember
then-
it was just like after a fight or something he bought it. Me and Damon casted the game.
Yeah.
So
Then he
okay,
didn't.
so let's talk about T a little bit. Don't want to be those guys. The team is comprised of. Wait, where's the page? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to log back into VS Gaming. Kill me now.
Orochimaru, Pacemaker,
Found it.
Night Wraith, AGGT, and Yaku.
What? The Night Wraith. I mean, I was checking some of the games earlier. Night Wraith has actually been around. Like I know him from when Tamir was playing Prem Days, and when Ventus, him and his Ventus team, Ventus Pink, got to the finals against RDK. You know, RDK's favorite tournament, TGC guys. And yeah, he used to always just like play these like I was talking to Brandon about this because they played against this T team quite a like twice earlier this year, and he was saying, you know, like they play quite aggressive. Like I don't know a lot about the team, but like if you see the kind of carries Nitrate plays, it's still like PAs, Terrorblades, lifesteals. Like he just wants to getting in there and doing shit, you know. So hopefully we could see something come out from them. But I feel like in this Masters it's going to be really rough for the two lower teams. Like for Salt and for Tia, I just don't see, like, I think the other teams are just too good.
I'll be very surprised if Salt lose to them, or if they play them.
I would think so. Yeah, I agree with that.
Because I mean, I've beaten T in SA pubs many times in the non-stack as well.
You have Phalanx in your party, though, you know?
Probably, but
I'm kidding.
I don't think they're very good.
I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not trying to flame or be a dick, but I didn't hear of them till 4 or 5 minutes ago.
Oh.
I mean, I think they were the result of maybe a few teams not wanting to join Masters, but join DGC instead. I feel like that's...
Once the prize pool came out, those teams are definitely regretting their decisions, though.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn it, maybe this should have been what we did. I feel like T's been around. I've costed like a few of their games over time. I think if I remember correctly, I think they actually got in properly. Didn't they play a tiebreaker against, who was it? There's somebody that they ended up with the same amount of points in the Prem, and I think they had to play a tiebreaker versus somebody to get through. Yeah, against Sevilla. Yeah.
Okay, respect.
Yeah.
Respect.
They ended at the top of. I can remember costing a couple of their Prem games. And you're like, oh, they do play a very aggressive style. They tend to like leave the lane, like the two supports roam around a lot. This was a while ago when that was still a thing you could do. Now, not really sure how they're gonna go with more stable lanes going across the board. So they are a team that likes to run at you and likes to actually create chaos. You know, they want to fight. They don't want to just sit back. They normally try to they don't farm that much. Like Nitrate, when he's playing core, prefers to farm heroes rather than just farm the creeps. He's the opposite of Adestam. So I don't know. Like I don't know how they'll probably match up badly against most of the teams at the event. But I think it also might depend on what they can pull through in the draft, right? Because the potential is there that they get some ultra aggressive lineup, like they get away with picking some Venge, Earthshaker, Enigma lineup or something. I don't know, and they just go off at you and just keep pushing down your towers. I think if games go wonky, and I think best of one is probably the best situation for them to be playing against Lead Pro. And also, as Bob was mentioning earlier, it's probably better if someone thinks if there's an advantage to someone thinking you're bad, there's a double advantage to them thinking you're really bad.
Yeah.
So T can take advantage of that. They're probably the only team that I see winning a game through a cheese strat. All the other teams I think will be prepared for enemies, cheese. Lead Pro, this might be the one time where they.
I mean, you know, Goliath in this tournaments there.
Yeah, you know, everyone's like, okay, be ready for GG.
I joke.
And then here at Chidawi might get cocky and be like, guys, it's T, whatever. You can do what you want. You know, what do you want to play, bro? Oh, you want to play Bat Rider in this position 4? Sure, let's do this. I like this hero. But you're still right that it's definitely the most. If any team that T could play, this is definitely worst possible matchup and easiest possible matchup for Lead Pro. But that's, you know, by the logic of Dota 2, it means it's probably going to be the longest game of the first day.
All right, so we pretty set on Lead Pro making it through to this game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start again on the side of bracket. We've been talking for like an hour now. Well, me and Bob have. It's me that's only been talking about 25 minutes because he rocks up late.
African time, boss.
So we got Lead Pro versus Sin 5 in the next game. Winner bracket, second round, I would say. Yeah, the second round of the tournament in the winner bracket is Sin 5 versus Lead Pro. What's your guys' predictions there? Mine's is pretty straightforward. Lead Pro 2-0 that game.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's beating Lead Pro this weekend, so I'm
like, I think
Lead Pro as well.
I think the issue here in this matchup is that Lead Pro got the like skill advantage heavily. Well, not that heavily, pretty heavily actually. And they have a draft advantage over Sin 5, so I think there's no chance for Sin 5 there. I think Lead Pro just wins that game.
Yep,
we go back to the top bracket. Top bracket is the fun one. Goliath Gaming versus WRG. Snare, your prediction first.
I'm gonna say WRG 2-1.
But only if they win the first game.
If they win the first game. Nah. If WRG wins the first game, they go 2-1. If they lose the first game, I think they can actually lose 2-0. But I think no matter whoever wins the first game wins the series.
I think WG 2-0.
I think so as well. Like I think if WRG lose the first game, then they could be in trouble. Like they could get like, and maybe they could just get wrecked. But I feel like Goliath Gaming really showed a big hand at.
Yeah, they showed everything.
But then again, I'm gonna underestimate them and say WRG 2-0. That's my prediction, right? But literally the whole year I've been like, nah, Goliath are not gonna keep this up. Nah, Goliath are not gonna keep this up. Nah, Goliath are not really that good, and they just win every single time. So respect to them. I think even if they lose that game, like they're dangerous all the way right up back to the finals in this tournament.
I just think if you're playing against Goliath and you don't ban cheese, you're dumb. If you just ban cheese, and you pick solid heroes, I think most of the time you're gonna win.
What did they lose to? They lost to Brood and Tinker, right?
I think yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cheesy.
Or you bait. Like if I was drafting against Goliath, I would either leave a cheese hero open and pick a hero in the draft that can deal with it, or like let's say for a Drow strategy, you don't ban Drow, but you have a draft to play against Drow for. You're ready for that draft. You should. I mean, teams must be prepared. You know, I assume teams will be prepared. I mean, this is what I would do if I was a drafter for a team. I would plan. It would be easy to plan against Goliath because you would either ban the cheese heroes or you bait them into picking one. You know, so let's say I just like pick a hero that can deal with Broodmother third or fourth, and they want to, and I don't ban Brood the whole draft. What are the chances they're going to pick it? Well, it's probably quite hard that they're going to pick Broodmother since it's like their go-to.
I mean, a perfect example would be you could first phase Kunkka and then just be like, what's your response? You leave the Broodmother brother in the whole draft, right?
Yeah.
I could see that
back to that example.
I can see that happening where they say, okay, let's bait them into picking this cheesy hero. They pick the cheesy hero and win anyway, and then like, okay, let's just ban it.
I think that's a viable strategy for everything except Mazi's Tinker. Like, Mazi's Tinker it's really good. And even in games where he's countered, he still like manages to pull through. And it's just annoying. I don't want to see another 80-minute game where nobody goes up icon. It's just like, win the game or lose the game. People decide. I don't want to see this stall shit.
That game was actually hilarious, dude.
That game was funny, dude.
You know, I stopped watching the game because I thought it was over.
We were all prepared. We were like, oh, this game, 5 more minutes at best.
Alright, we were on lunch break at the time because Snare and Scorpio took over for us casting at that point. So me and Damien are eating, and then we just see, oh, damn, this game is done. They kill 4 heroes. They're going to go up high ground. Are we going wash our hands and stuff? 45 minutes later, oh my god, this game is still going. You know? It's one of those things.
But I think we can all agree that WRG does have the advantage here. Like, just playing clean, regular Dota, I'm more going with them. And I think you're always in a bad position when you kind of have to outdraft your opponents in order to beat them. Yeah. Whereas WRG could still lose a draft and end up winning the game. As long as they don't end up giving away ultra cheesy heroes, they could still end up in a situation that's not favorable to them overall in the draft, but still outskill the side of GG. So I still think WRG 2-1. Although I do still think that whoever wins game 1 wins the series. I do think WRG is favored overall.
For sure. Mazi getting a bit salty in the chat, Raffle. Oh, Mazi stream chat at its finest. So WRG make it through there. Then the next game, obviously, is Elite Pro versus WRG.
Yeah. Elite Pro.
You think 2-0 or 2-1?
2-0.
Alright. Snare?
This is when Elite Pro is gonna start playing seriously, so 2-0.
2-0.
It'll be a stomp, I think, actually, this one.
It's a 20k winner bracket, dude. Oak's gonna take it seriously.
They're gonna stomp.
Needs his party money. I think Elite Pro take this game. Maybe, I don't know, do they take it 2-1 here or 2-0? I feel like I think WRG get one game. I think it can potentially take, like, I don't know. I think it's 2-1, but it's still Elite Pro favored.
Depends if Mark can pop off.
Yeah, that's true.
I would leave in Mark actually. But I don't think they'll win. There's 4
maybe. Alright, here's my prediction. Chidawi's like, you know what? Let's assert dominance and not ban predict the first game. I've seen it before. Nah, it's never gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. Chidawi's gonna be like, nah, like he's gonna leave Tree in the pool, right? But he's like, best believe if you guys don't ban this, we're picking this. He'll only leave Tree if they have first pick, as Elite Pro. Then they'll pick it. But if WRG has first pick, there's 0% chance that Chidawi won't ban Tree.
yeah, it's funny. Like Guelph's been playing a lot of Tree, and he's been playing a lot of Coddle. Well, he's always been like a Coddle player in IXDL and stuff, but it's quite funny. He's playing like similar heroes to Mark. So Elite Pro take that game into the winner brackets final. So the loser bracket final will be, the loser bracket will be then WRG Sin 5 Goliath. Goliath versus Sin 5.
It's still Epoch as well.
Oh, there's Epoch as well. So loser bracket is interesting then, because who meets in loser bracket?
We don't know who meets who, but
All right, that's still going far down the chain. So basically, what we're saying is, our predictions is Elite Pro takes the tournament pretty easily.
I'm gonna give a top 4 prediction right here.
All
All right, let's in order.
In order.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, I got you. Let's hear.
I'll bet money on this. 1 Lead Pro, 2 WRG, 3 Sin 5, 4 Goliath. I'm going for it, guys. I'm going for it.
Ooh, okay, I like this. I'll say Lead WRG GG Sin 5.
Let me see. I'm gonna pick one of your predictions that I like the most. Sin
Alright,
5
you're
or
the tiebreaker,
WRG.
bro.
I mean, GG or Sin 5 is third. I'm gonna. Damn, dude. Sin 5 have been struggling. Literally, I've been predicting them the whole year, but they've been struggling and they've been going against Goliath the whole year. And they've been like, quote unquote, popping off. Damn it, dude.
And
I'm
also,
gonna
this
go
is
with-
my first time not putting Sin 5 in finals, so you know that I'm not a believer right now.
I'm gonna pick up your lack of faith. I'm going with Bob. I think Sin 5 make it to upper bracket finals. Wait, let me just see. So it'll be Epoch versus GG. I think GG win that one because like Epoch just struggled to play against them. Yeah, I go with Bob's prediction. Sin 5 third.
All right, guys. I have a let's have a little bit of fun.
Okay. Wait. Cypress says Epoch makes top 4. I think Epoch plays. You know what? Should I bet? I don't know. I think Epoch could make it as well. Like honestly, but I know I wouldn't bet on it. I
Epoch
think Cypress
doesn't play
They play
Alchemist.
GG. They play GG.
Yeah, but they don't play Alchemist. I feel like you have to have at least one person that you're comfortable playing Alchemist with.
I mean, I'm sure Alchemist is gonna get banned a lot this tournament.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's have some fun, right? Let's do some young hero predictions, boys. The same TI hero predictions for this tournament.
All right, go for
Most
it.
picked.
So most picked. I've got the page open here. Most picked. I think Venge most picked.
that was mine, dude. Damn it.
Damn it! I was gonna say the same thing, but he got nerfed pretty heavily. It's a Wave of Terror. His cooldown level one's like 16 seconds now. I think. Okay, actually, my most picked is Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Okay. You still gonna?
There
stick
are a
with-
few Phoenix spammers. I know
Yeah,
that.
I'm
Phoenix
looking at this
players.
team list here. I think 3 very good teams. I'm not gonna mention them or the players. Play Phoenix pretty well.
I know some of the Salt guys play Phoenix as well.
Huh? All right. Phoenix.
All right. Most banned.
Most banned Enchantress still.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Enchantress is ever gonna get through. Hero should just be taken out of Dota.
It really should, right? That hero should just not exist in Dota 2 right now. Yeah, Enchantress, I agree. Definitely gonna be. Wait, hold on. I actually wanna make a thing. I said Venge. Camille says Phoenix, and Bob's still sticking with the Venge as well.
Yeah, I think Venge. Pretty good.
Band, we all agree Phoenix or the Enchantress. Sorry.
Yeah, Enchantress.
Enchantress.
Yeah, the Ench, because it's a stupid hero. What about highest win rates?
Probably like Shaker or something.
I don't think Shake. I think, like, I don't know. What's the hero that Deppy plays often, dude? That's what I'm
Maybe
gonna
like
put.
Queen of Pain or something.
Invoker. What is he? He played a lot of Invoker, and he played another hero. I'm trying to think. Was it Storm?
He's played some Storm, he's played some Pirates.
I think. Yeah, I think Invoker, because I think Muzzy can win a lot of games on Invoker, and Deppy can win a lot of games in Invoker. Oh, Muzzy, don't get a heart attack. I complimented you in thing. Don't type in stream chat now or often now.
And you gonna stick with the Earthshaker, Bob?
I'm gonna go Shaker, dude.
Let me see. Damn, Shaker's really a good pick, but I feel like Kunkka. I feel like I haven't seen that game lose an SA in a while. Well,
Definitely
I
gonna
have
be a
seen-
core pick though. It'll be a mid hero, but I'm a Shaker fan.
Shaker, FY showed you the way.
FY God, guys. Highest kill average?
Highest kill average? I think TKC and Deppy play Ember Spirit. I'm gonna say Ember, but it's not gonna be there a lot of games though. But it's not like so many games in TI, so I'm gonna go with Ember anyway.
I go Moran.
The
That's
kitty.
a good pick. That's actually a good pick. Odu
pick, yeah.
slays on Marana and Deppy slays on Marana.
It's actually a good pick.
Does Adam play Marana as well?
When Whelp plays carry, you'll play Moran as well.
He has played Marana. I'm gonna say.
Actually, Odu Marana plus. I think Marana's actually super good. Looking at the teams here, I think Snoops in Epoch plays Marana as well. I'm not even like
Right.
making a joke here or anything.
I'm gonna say tree. Wait, no, this is not win rate. This is kills, right? I'm being an idiot. Why am I saying tree? No, this is
Or Zeus
This
will
is
spec
average.
Those are probably the
I was
lines.
just say
Oh,
Zeus,
you know
actually.
what?
I feel like
Repos
Zeus,
in the
yeah.
chat. He
I'm
actually
going
says
Zeus.
Treant will be the most banned hero. I think he's actually right. No cap.
Yeah, there are, I mean, I think there'll be more than
Three
one hero
enchanters.
banned every game.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's fair point. I think
It's quite a
Treant's
small
really good.
pool, right?
Yeah, it's very true. Because you're gonna have like we got six heroes getting banned every time. He's gonna be like Tree, Enchantress, and then like a couple of cheese heroes. I think that's a good pickup, Repo. Terabyte says Weaver most picked hero. I think
Tera
Weaver's
says
actually
Weaver.
been really strong. Goliath played it a lot. RDK plays it on. I mean, anybody plays Weaver. Weaver is just strong. But I
Yeah,
still
Quetta
don't
plays a
think
lot
he's
of
most banned.
Weaver as well.
I still don't think Weaver's most picked. I think Phoenix is like much more high
I
priority.
can't believe Weaver bags is actually like a skill in Dota.
They're so great, dude.
Dude, when those things get stuck on you, I just want to kill myself, dude.
You're
It's
just like,
the
oh.
worst, dude.
Even in pubs, dude, like you need like 8 hits to get them off you or something.
It's
Get
not
me
like
out.
It's level 20.
vision minus armor damage.
The best, can I make
The
a
worst.
combo prediction? Every time you see Weaver, there's gonna be either Venge banned or picked for that team. Because the two of them together is just, it's also, have you ever been bugged and then you get Weaver Terrored? And then you have like, you're just like, what? Then you get 2 treants can hit you, you just die. You're like, oh my god.
Just get me out, dude. That's what I
This
want
is
to
the
do.
worst thing. Way
I
too much
agree.
damage. Alright,
Weaver,
let's test that
Weaver
one.
bugs and Wind Ranger as a hero full stop are my worst. The worst things in there.
It would be a safe lane in 2018.
Yeah, dude. Only RDK still play safe lane. Feels bad.
Alright, what you got for assist, boys? I'm gonna say Zeus as well for
Phoenix. I'm gonna stick by my Phoenix guns here.
Assists.
What you got, Bob?
I'm gonna go
Assists.
Dark Willow.
The Dank one. Alright.
That's your
Okay,
sleeper pick
cool.
for the tournament, like his hero that's gonna go
Yeah.
far.
I think the hero is very strong.
The hero is really very strong. It's not. I think okay. This is gonna be the easiest prediction for all of us. Lowest death average. It's gonna be Weaver.
Who's death average? I'm gonna go Queen of Pain.
Does anyone still play co-op, dude?
Yeah, Deppy does.
Deppy and TKC, dude.
The two bras. Alright. So
I don't know. Well, at least death. I feel like that's always
least deaths.
Storm Spirit. I'm gonna go with Storm Spirit.
Nah, Storm Spirit always gets ganked before level 6, dude.
Yeah,
That
dude.
actually
At
very
least 3
true.
times.
Get stomped.
Very
Get like destroyed. Every nowadays a storm lane. You're like, okay, guys, I'm not just losing this lane. I'm gonna get bodied, but it's fine. I'll come back later.
I don't know what hero doesn't die. Maybe I'm gonna go with Invoker again then.
Go in Joker, bro. I
I feel like,
Like-
I think like if a team's fifth picking Invoker like GG or Elite Pro, I think they just like they know it's gonna be a good game for Invoker.
Alright. Here's the interesting one. This is the one for all you core players in the chat. Highest last hit average.
Ooh,
Oh, who farms the most?
what does RDK play? No, I'm kidding. He doesn't farm anymore. Feels bad, man.
I actually don't know how I feel about
Gotta be
this one.
Adam, right? It must be Adam if he's playing a hero.
A Templar Assassin. Maybe that's a good one because it gets picked to counter Brood, and is a hero that just farms a lot. And Adam plays it a lot. But is Alchemist gonna make it through? If Alchemist is making it through, then it has to be Alki as well, though.
Alchemist will make it through at least one game, right? Yeah, I think. But wouldn't Alchemist be better for highest GPM? But, last hits. Yeah. I don't know. I also feel like there might be some ultra long game that has Tinker, where Homeboy goes, a Muzzy game where it ends up with like 600 last hits. Yeah, I'm going Tinker, dude. He's gonna play at least one Tinker this tournament. So I'm gonna say Tinker.
What did I say at the end of the last Metal Stage 2? I
Phoenix,
said if
probably.
teams are still giving giving teams Muzzy Tinker, then they're not drafting correct.
Yeah, get me out.
Dude, I don't know. Like, his Tinker's just like, it's good stuff, dude. I don't think you should let it through. But I think a team will, and it'll go a 95 minutes again. Mazzy Tinker, why?
Yeah. That's the only. That's the only thing.
Wasn't there going to be like a 100-minute game with Alchemist? Actually, no, Alchemist is just going to stomp, so Tinker's fine. Tinker's fine.
What about Medusa, dude? Medusa's always there as well. You never know.
I wonder if somebody plays. I think you can play like if you play Medusa in a draw strat, it's really good. So like VGJ Storm do it.
But I feel like most, especially the mid players nowadays, want to have fun, so no one's gonna play Medusa, because that is not a fun hero to play at all.
But playing to win, dude.
I mean, if you're getting a million CS a minute and you're winning the game, it's not so bad. You know what I mean? 620,000 rand.
And it's also anti-mage. Anti-mage is not a hero though, surely.
Anti-mage is surely not a hero. Surely not.
Although Elite Pro have both RDK and WAP. Plus 5 anti-mage coming in.
Okay, maybe that'll happen, right? You know when they'll play anti-mage, when they play first round against Team T, they'll be like, RDK will be like, guys, I know we already picked TA for the mid lane. I know we already have Dark Willow as our pos 4, and our pos 5 is like Earthshaker or something that's, or like Winter Waven that needs a blink. Like, I know all of that, but let me play anti-mage, guys. It'll be great. Like, sure, buddy, go for it. I don't know. That hero sucks so much. That anti-mage hero.
Yeah.
Feels so bad
I'm not
to play.
complaining about it, dude.
I'm
Honestly.
okay, yeah, with the shit anti-mage. I'm really okay.
You know, one thing about shit tier ranked Dota which I play is that if the enemy team has an anti-mage, he's a god. If I have an anti-mage, 5 CS at 10 minutes maximum. The 25-minute Battle Fury, get me out, dude. It's like Bob knows this. It's the same thing with having PLs and SA pubs, huh?
Yep.
In MVPL, top shelf. But your PL, right, at level 25, gets the crit strike.
Man, Cloud just joined the chat now. I remember that game they were playing against Epoch. It was the battle of the coaches, man. We had Riddits on one team and Hari on another team, and I was shouting for Riddits that game. And then Hullabaloo was slaying on PL. And then at 25, what did he take, Snare?
Did he? Oh my god.
I took the crit in a rough game.
Crit. Oh my god.
And they lost like a 75-minute epic.
Of course you lose that game. There's no way
man.
to win. Oh man. There's no way to win with that. Are there any other no-brainer talents like that one? Because that one is like, I can't imagine any kind of situation where you'd rather opt for the crit.
The level 25 Winter Wyvern talent is seconds of stun on his throw thing. Abundance, dude, I played an SA pub. I was watching my friend play an SA pub the other day, and the guy didn't take the shield talent on Abundant. But Abundant's level 25 talent is the most ridiculous thing ever. Like, honestly. After PLs, of course.
After PLs. That's actually there's a very good candidate for as a really stupid talent. Alchemist level 10 talent, guys.
Oh, that's the worst.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm just like, this is still stupid.
Man, I was telling DKC and Frank about this long ago. Like, yo, bro, Alchemist is a broken hero. Like, oh man, Alchemist dead hero. And I was like, but have you seen his stun talent? Alchemist dead hero. End of Ballistics. Frank is like, fifth pick, I think Alchemist is really strong right now. I'm like, oh, you
like,
say
no.
so, 7K, boy. I'm kidding. Alchemist is good stuff.
Wait, what did you say about commit before I save this document? What you got? Last hit.
Anti-mage. I'm just going anti-mage.
Anti-mage. You trust in RDK?
Yep.
Alright.
But okay, here's my argument. Okay, if Chidawi picks anti-mage, I've seen he do it in the past when he destroyed when they beat WRG with us in like a game 3 or something. They went anti-mage, but WRG had Necro Pugna. Like in that game, anti-mage is good and it's gonna win, right?
I can just see Goliath picking Necro Pugna Veno. Then you just pick anti-mage. Put him in the mid lane and you win the game, dude.
Dude, at that point, if that happens, then Watch is gonna turn into a pos 4 Necro, because the last pick will be Tinker then for Mazzy. It'll be fine, and the game just never ends. Like then both heroes will actually have the same amount of CS, like 900 CS or 1,000 plus each. That would be amazing. I'm so ready to see that happen.
My room is so dark. My light doesn't shine on me. I just look like a shadow in my stream. It feels bad, man.
There's some sad news. Complexity. Have announced their Dota roster and so Team Secret.
Oh, what is it? What do we got?
It's Sai, Puppy, Nisha, Yapsor, mid one.
Okay, I already knew that.
I don't even know how to say this guy's name. Skembelu.
Skembelu, yeah, the sea guy, yeah. Oh, so it is the Skembelu stacks. EE.
Snaking, EE, Limp, Z3.
Oh my god.
I like that stack.
He is playing support.
Oh, what?
Yeah, dude. It had to happen eventually.
I'm a big EE Summer fan. I'm coming out of the closet, dude.
Who isn't, dude? Who doesn't love
Summer's a
EE?
god, man.
Is there anyone more entertaining to watch play Dota?
Imagine EE Summer captaining a team with Z-Freak, dude. Z-Freak is gonna be quote unquote pause 4 in the thing, and he's gonna carry every single game, dude. Z-Freak is like, I don't know, man. He's legit just a carry player who has 4 next to his name.
You guys should watch out for that. This Gambelu character. He's actually pretty good.
What team was he playing on? Okay, we're getting completely sidetracked here, but last question. What team was he playing on in before? Because I remember his name.
I think he was on one of these C teams. Not
Yeah.
Or Clutch
Boom
Gamers. Let me check.
I think it was.
Or
it was
might
Clutch
have been
Gamers.
Boom ID. Might have been Clutch. Let me actually just check. Let's see. Gambelu. Cause I remember I once casted a game of his with Scant, and Scant was like, "Yo, just watch out for this kid. This kid plays. It was Geek Fam, yeah.
All right.
It was definitely Geek Fam.
Solid
And he
stuff.
plays really well, so I'm pretty excited. It's gonna be fun.
So do we have any predictions we haven't done yet, Sneh?
There's the XP prediction, which is kind of boring,
Meepo.
and yeah, it'll be like some Meepo or something. And then there's the highest loss hit average, but then that means a lot of things have to go weirdly. A lot of cheesy games. So
Yeah,
not
that's-
really.
All right. I think we kind of like at the close of our podcast, like any final words, my boys. Sneh first. You know, what's your gut feeling minus the Deep Pros winning the event?
Minus that, right? I do feel that this is. I'm pretty glad that with the exception of League Pro being in the finals, that it's an open question as to who's going to be joining them. It's always better, and actually even with the exception of like Salt and T being at the bottom, even the in between rankings between Sin5, XD, Epoch, and GG. Well, maybe less with XD, but it feels much more of an open question, a much more open tournament, which makes me very happy. And I think this meta right now kind of lends well to that kind of open type of playstyle. So, and I think like the teams will probably be, League Pro is going to be somewhat at a slight disadvantage. They're probably going to learn the least leading up to the finals, and other teams are going to learn the most from them. So, depending on which team gets there, especially, I think the team that plays the most games will probably have the best chance against League Pro. And yeah, I'm pretty excited because anything can happen, except for the fact that League Pro likely wins. We could see, for some reason, people letting through Tree and Protector against WRG, which will make me happy.
Never, dude. Never.
People are allowing Tinker for Muzzy. You know, it's just going to be fun. I think this was, for the first time going up to a tournament, it just feels like no matter what, it's going to be just fun, which is great. And there's also a bunch of money on the line, which is also exciting, but just going to be a lot of fun to watch.
I agree. I like that. Bob?
I think it's going to be quite a few disappointed teams. I feel like that's going to be but that's just because of the competition so hard. There'll be quite a few teams going in who are not going to get the results they want. And yeah, I feel like, even though it sounds like a bit of a negativity, I just
think there's going to be some upsets, you know?
Yeah, or I think teams aren't going to perform as well as I think they are.
And my closing thing is I want to shout out to VS Gaming. I like the format. I like the prize distribution. Even like, obviously it seems like a bit questionable, but the reasoning behind it seems sound to me. Literally the only thing I don't like from what they did is that the best of finals are best of 3 and not best of 5. Give us more Dota, man. But other than that, it's good stuff.
I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be epic.
Should be fun. Oh, and the last thing that's, that's pretty sad is our boy Bob's not going to be on the panel.
That's okay, dude. I'll be tweeting the whole weekend.
I'm sure, dude. I hope Traxian's playing Enigma during that time.
Feels bad, man.
Thank you everybody for tuning.
Black holes, dude.
Oh.
I meant black holes. I love it when people prove me wrong, dude. So I hope it happens.
Save, dude.
I want to see Goliath make it to the final, take games with League Pro. I want to see it happen, dude. But if they don't, I think, I don't know, dude. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen, which is always great. The best part.
Can happen. Shout out everybody for tuning in, and goodbye. I'm actually going to be on another podcast now in like 30 minutes for Esports Central, which will come out on Thursday. # shameless self-promotion. Watch that when it comes out too. Cheerio, boys. Thanks, Bob. Thanks, Sneh.